YouTube tarot reader, Lisa Lee, has been found using bad language during her twice-weekly live streams. In a shocking turn of events, it has also been discovered that she will not tell you what you want to hear, only what you need to know. The internet is in collective shock that authenticity is alive and well in this corner of the YouTube meta space. Do not watch if you are easily offended.
Hi, I'm Lisa, a practicing liminal witch and tarot reader with over 28 years experience in helping people find guidance through the cards. On this channel I talk about all sorts of witchy, spooky and mystical things that interest me and I hope will interest you too. Welcome to Beyond Authentic. Just press the button. Hello everybody, I am getting blown from all sorts. That sounded wrong instantly. Good evening everybody, hello and welcome to today's late shift here on Beyond Authentic. It is actually, I am 5 minutes late from starting, but hey ho. Good evening to you if you are in New York at 10 to 7, 10 to 4 in San Francisco, 10 to 5 in Denver. If you're in New Delhi, it's 4:20. Bless you. Bless you for joining me at 4:20. Sydney, good morning to you in Sydney, and a very, very early good morning to you if you are in South Africa. Hopefully, I've got where most of the regular viewers are coming in from and the regular subscribers. My hair is literally, it wasn't like this 2 minutes ago. I just put the other big fan on, so I might have to turn that off, or I might have to try and find a hair bobble or something, because yeah, it's going to be an issue. Anywho, good afternoon to those of you here in that part of the world. Let's see who's here today. Good evening, Jessica. Hello, my darling. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to you. Ed's here. Hello, Ed. Jay's here. Hello, Jay. How are you? Did you get results this week, or is yours at the end of the month? I can't think whether yours were the same as A-level people's, or whether your results come later, or what, or something, or that. I don't know. Let me know. Let me put that one on. There we go, rather than having the crow. Also, good afternoon, good evening to Patricia. Hi, I've recovered. I've partly recovered. Yeah, partly recovered, to be honest with you, but yeah, it was good. I'm glad we got through quite a lot of work at your place. Good evening, good morning to Imen. You got one of the what? You got one of those unsolved case files and solved it in under 3 hours. What's an unsolved case file? Don't even know what that is. Is that like an escape room type thing? Jay, you got your results. You got a merit for your first year. Yay! I'm going to play. Right, let me know if applause plays. Can you hear applause? There should be applause playing, but I don't know whether it's coming through the system correctly. There should be all of that playing. Is there applause? Because I hope so. Otherwise, I've been pressing buttons for the last couple of days and no one's told me that they're not been working. But anyway, that's fine. Good evening, Mina Hill. Hello, my darling. Well chuffed. Yeah, everybody's well chuffed for the nibbling. Well chuffed for the nibbling. Yay. Very well done, nibbling. That's amazing that you got a merit. I'm so pleased. We're gonna have to take you out to celebrate or something. We have to take you out for dinner. Oh, hang on. It's a game where you get an unsolved murder crime case and have to try and solve it. What, a real one? A real one? Like from the police or something? What? Like a real one where you're like, you get given all the evidence. And I mean, that would be very cool if it was a real one. You have to, or I have no idea what this unsolved mystery thing is that you've solved. I mean, if it's a real one, that is absolutely amazing. And yay, well done. And also, I'll point out that you are obviously related to me. We are very closely related if you've been solving, you know, murders and dead cases and things, because obviously it doesn't fall far from the tree, does it? And we're very closely related, me and Jay. Yeah, so there you are, you see. Me and the nibbling. Hang on, I need to put my phone away. I need to turn it on to doodah mode. Turn it on to doodah mode so it doesn't go ping diddy ping diddy ping diddy ping ping diddy ping 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 pong. Right, is that on? Is that on? Right, that's good. I've got so much stuff piled behind me. Oh, hang on. No, they make them up. Oh, do they? Hang on. Let's see what this is. They tend to resemble real cases, but you do get all the evidence files and stuff necessary to solve it. Wow, that sounds interesting. That does sound quite interesting. Yes. Oh, hang on. I've got an image on WhatsApp. Where's my WhatsApp gone? It should be here. If I close that down. There we go. There's my WhatsApp. And there's the image. Oh, it's one of those. That sounds it. Right. Let me see. Hang on. Let me see if I can save the image. Save it over there. Then I need to pull it up over here. Hang on. I can do this. Can I do this? How do I add a slide? Add a slide from your computer. I think. Can I? Is that in there? No, it's not going to do it. Okay. Right. So anyway, it's a thing that you buy and then you solve. Oh my gosh, Ed, that is stunning. Right, hang on. You're all sending me pictures and I need to work out how to get them on screen so that everybody else can see. Hang on a second. We'll do it like, where's the save? There we go. Right, everybody. This wasn't planned, as you can tell, because all of a sudden, hello, Crystal Rose. Yes, hello. Right. Let's have a look. I will get the details. Don't worry, everybody. I'm doing it. I'm a bit slow. I can't put it on there because that is. Can I put it? Will it let me do video? Will it let me do a? No, that's only going to let me do video. Right. So I'll have to stick it like this. Hang on. Oh, I know what I can do. I'm being totally stupid. Why don't I just open that? Can I bear with everybody. Right, I can open it like that, and I can open that one like that also, and then I can share the button down here. You can tell this wasn't planned, can't you? Absolutely not planned in any way, shape or form. Share screen, watch screen. Oh, window, hang on, here we go. Aha, right, that one, share, and then there you go. This, hold on, God, that looks really messy. There we go. This is the thing. This is the unsolved case file that Jay has solved. So that's interesting. So well done for solving that, and also for getting a doodah, a merit. That's very, very cool. Can I make it go bigger? No, because obviously I'm not on that screen, am I? There we go. Oh, look, there you go. So that's what you get. And it's like a fake cold case. That's really cool. I like the idea of that, actually. That does sound quite funky. And then Ed, one of our other moderators. Hang on, how do I do this? I've just done it. There we go. Ed has just purchased one of this. Share. There we go. And again, like, what is it, Ed? What is that? What is it? It looks like a shield. You're going to tell me it's a Viking shield now, aren't you? Is that your feet at the bottom? Is it that big? Holy moly! That's your feet there, isn't it? So that's your feet. That's enormous. Wow. That is very impressive. Very, very, very impressive. Very impressive. Wowza. That looks very, very cool. That really does look very cool. Where did you get it from? Why did you get it? All of the things. We need to know everything about it during the stream, please. That would be very cool. So then, everybody, hello and welcome to Beyond Authentic Late Shift. It is our late shift today. In fact, I've even got a doodah for it. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? No, I can't find it.
What? Why have I got no... One second. The sound is now coming from there. So the sound is going to be dreadful. Why is that?
There we go. Hopefully that's better. I'm back properly now. Thank you very much. You got it from Raven Forge. What is Raven Forge? It sounds amazing. Ed, we're going to have you on the podcast with all your Viking stuff soon, because that is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Neil's here as well. Good evening, Neil. Hello. Welcome to Necro Neil. Oh, thank you. You're still on a high after people traveled so far to help you. Made you feel really special. You are really special, my darling. Thank you so much. No, I'm glad. Yes, we do need you on the podcast. Absolutely, with the Viking stuffs. You'll have to tell us how you're going, especially as you're learning the runes. Anyway, shall we have some tarot reading? I think we should, don't you? Seeing as it is the late shift, and we are all here by the looks of things. Everybody is here from all over the place, all over the time zones and everything. This is why we do the late shift. I am thinking about making it every Thursday. Mods, what do you think? Like, we can have a selection of different mods on, like, whenever you want, or I can just automate everything. But I think I want to do it every Thursday as part of the shift, if that makes sense. Good evening. We've got Celine Dion here. That's definitely who that is. And Cindy Crawford. Celine Dion and Cindy Crawford. Yes, that is very, 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 very good. That is grand. Celine Dion and Cindy Crawford. There you go. That's it. You see? That's it. You see? Right then, I think we should have some tarot reading. First of all, let's have an explanation as to what the rules are on this channel, because we do have rules. Listen, they're not very difficult rules, right? It's not very difficult, but we do have some housekeeping, so please bear that in mind. Before we go on, here's the housekeeping. Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You do make all of your own decisions about your own life. Tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counselling advice. If you're looking for support in these areas, please do seek out professionals in these areas. You do have to be 18 years of age or over to get a tarot reading on this channel. And remember, please don't share private information here or anywhere else on the internet that you wouldn't want anyone or everyone finding out about now or any time in the future. Yes, indeed. So that is the housekeeping. Okay. So now you know that is what we require. So we don't want under 18s, because basically I don't want to be dealing with Karen parents or Karen aunties, cousins. family members, when I am reading for someone and it turns out that they were under the age of 18 and now they've quit school or done whatever because they've said that some random person on the internet told them to. So that is why we don't do readings for under 18s. But for everybody else, hopefully you're hearing the air horn right now. I'm not sure that you are, because my buttons don't quite seem to be working in the right way. However, hopefully you could hear that. So it is time. Let's go ahead and open up the first free round of this afternoon, this evening, this morning, wherever you are. So let's go ahead. The next round is actually open. So if you would like a tarot reading, go ahead and pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question, or you can pop it, you can send it through as a super chat. That's what I'm trying to say. The super chats are the only way to guarantee that your reading is up next, and any super chat amounts will get you that next slot. However, if you want a longer reading with more detail and with more cards, then please make sure your donation is £6 or more, and that will get you that longer extended reading. Okay, just in case you didn't catch that, here's a handy dandy recap. Are you okay? It looks like, oh, hang on, I've got a blooming great big thing in front of my screen. I can't see anything. There we go. Celine. Oh, Celine Dion. Miss Celine. There we go. May I know if my Cancer X wants for a split second there, I thought you were going to ask, like, may I know if my cancer's coming back or something? If my cancer's gone for good. I was like, I can't do medical questions. Oh, but yes, I can certainly look at that for you, my darling. Everybody else who isn't Celine, well, there was a lot of questions in. Everybody else who isn't Celine, go ahead, select and copy your question and get ready to paste it back into that there live chat in a few minutes, if that is okay. Yes, Jay, there are Norse mythology books. There's loads. There is loads. Right, let me go ahead and going to swap the cameras over. So, Celine, my darling, your question will be here in exactly 15 seconds. Gosh. There we go. So then, as always, we start off the session today. I'm going to use the Celtic Dragon deck today, actually, because I just feel like it's a dragon day. Do you know what I mean? So we're going to cleanse the area for Celine, and we're going to bring in Wispy. Hopefully you can hear Wispy's music on screen. I'm not sure whether you can or not, but Wispy, my darling, let's have a look. Welcome to today's stream. And the first cab off the rank is for Celine. So Celine would like to know, may I know if my Cancer X wants to reconcile with me? Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, hang on. The cards, is that one card? No, it's multiples. It's multiples. I thought it was just one card. Here we go. Let's have a look. Right then. Do you drop? Okay, so we will do the oh, thank you, Neil. Thank you for answering. So we've got 2 of Swords in the way you are now. The Chariot for what you need to know, and Strength. Right. So the answer is no. Basically, I'll explain why. So the 2 of Swords, this is in the way you are now position. Okay. Now Swords is all about trouble and strife. Swords are the suit that basically they are the obstacles, the challenges, the hurdles, and the 2 of Swords specifically is about arguments and disagreements. You can see here, this is not a happy relationship between the dragon and its human. There is a lot of has the human been fighting the dragon? Has the dragon pulled the sword away from the human? Has the dragon been damaged? It doesn't look like, but there is a lot of anger and a lot of negativity here between the 2. Now this is reversed, so I think the anger and that comes from the ex, right? I don't think this is something you've done. It feels like it's the ex's fault, and I would double down on the answer being no, because in the what you need to know position, we've got the Chariot. Now, the thing about the Chariot is that it's all about movement. Okay, where is it on my list? Why have I not? Oh, there it is. I've got it. So the standard Chariot looks a bit more like this. Okay, somebody who looks very regal, or like a victor of a, like the winner of a battle, going off, having lots of loveliness with armor, and everything's brightened and shiny and everything's wonderful. However, this Chariot, you can see, it's not the blooming Chariot, it's chains. Oh, even more no, it's chains. Wow, I need to clean my glasses. It's chains, which is otherwise known as, yep, the devil. Now, there is no devil in tarot and in paganism in general. There is no devil as such. It's a Christian invention. So for us, the devil card means chains, or in some decks it talks about materialism. This is talking, when it's reversed, about these chains being broken. So you've got yourself out of something, right? It's even more of a no than the Chariot would be. So this is absolutely screaming and shouting that whatever the issue with the relationship was, that you've managed to completely get out of that situation. It's giving that, right? It's giving you've had a lucky break. I don't think your Cancer X wants to reconcile, and I think from this is in the what you need to know. As uncomfortable as that separation is right now for you, it's the best that you could hope for, right? It's the best because it's coming up reversed, and this is literally saying you've got out of something. Like how can I put it? You got a lucky break there, right? You don't realize it yet, but you got a lucky break there by getting out of that situation. And then the future opportunities to come is the Strength card. And that's even more impressive because it's literally saying, look, this is the standard with the lion, but you can see here there you go. Look, you can see here with the maiden, just how strong this dragon is. And this is your inner strength returning. Look at the baby dragons at her feet. Look at the wonderful mother dragon who's breathing smoke and fire. And this woman, this maiden, is absolutely 100% safe because they've got that respect. She has got that inner strength, and you've got the strength of the dragon. She's not afraid of the dragon. The dragon's not afraid of her. But together they are stronger. And this is what this is saying for you in the future. You need that strength, not from somebody else, but you are the maiden in this deck. We are the humans, not the dragons, unfortunately. So you need this strength to be able to go and do the right thing and to be able to move forward with your life. And that is the opportunity. This is in no way related to the ex. Okay. This is saying, get yourself on, get that inner strength. Whether he wants to reconcile or not, you are better off without. You are absolutely better off without, my darling. And that is going to be your reading for today. Absolutely, like, regardless of whether he wants you back, this is saying don't go there. And this is saying you've got a much brighter future if you stay away from that. Hopefully that helps, my darling, but thank you ever so much for your question. Right, I'm going to come and have a look in the comment section in just a second. While I do, I need 15 seconds to turn this fan down, otherwise it's blowing everything around. So, in fact, I tell you what, right? Necro Neil is down there in that chat section. Neil is the brother from another mother, my one of my closest friends. I've known him for absolutely donkey's years. In fact, I've known him for more than 25 years, which is amazing because I'm not even 25 years old yet. I know. Isn't that strange? But Neil, like me, loves schlocky horror films, right? So the really dodgy ones that are starting to come up as we get towards Halloween season, all of those cheap, nasty horror films, the really, really awful ones that were, filmed on a shoe, as well as the ones that were just, a bit dodgy. And we love it so much that Neil actually has a zine all about these horror films that has been running for over 20 years. I think it might be getting on for 25 years, which again, I don't know how it happens because Neil is younger than me and I'm not even 25 yet. So I don't know how that's possible. But if you like horror films and if you like having that silly sort of popcorn type horror films, this is a must.
Legend has it that it was written by the Dark Ones.
It is coming. Necronomicon. Strange tales of the supernatural and the unearthly when the fabled Necronomicon unleashes its ancient secrets.
The secrets of the Necronomicon do not come cheap.
Necronomicon.
What's in the basket? Easter eggs?
What's in the basket? Easter eggs? No. No. Anyway, I thoroughly recommend that. There is a link to the fanzine down below, or the zine down below in the description box. Do please check it out. It is, I love it. It's, I think we're probably at, what issue are you at now, Neil? 53? 50? It's bonkers. Anyhow, let me have a look in that there. No problem, Celine. I hope that helped, my darling. I really am. I really do hope that helped. Right. Oh, Ellis is here. Good evening to Ellis. Hello, my darling. Judy's here. Hello, you are enough, Judy. You're just getting off work. What a fun surprise to see everyone. I think we're going to do it every Thursday, Julie. I think that's what I'm trying for. Yes, that's what I'm trying for. Everybody chatting away in that there doodah. Mitch, hello, Mitch. Hello, lovely. Hello, everybody everywhere. Yes, everybody's everywhere today. We've got lots of people in from all over the place. Oh, thank you, my darling. Thank you. Yeah, Mina Hill. Wait until I open up the next round and then post your questions in. Okay, so you'll see there'll be a comment from myself. I forgot last time, and there'll be a comment from one of the mods saying this is the time now to pop your questions in. Okay, and that's when you repost it every time. I can't go back in the chat is the reason why. Okay, it doesn't allow me to do that on that there StreamYard, unfortunately. But once I announce a new round, pop the details in then. Oh, they are Patricia and Ed. Hello, awesome mods. They are awesome mods, and Neil's an awesome mod as well. And so is Holland, who is unable to be with us tonight because it is so late. It was. I was right then. Again. Yeah. I'm glad you're out of it, my darling. I'm glad you're out of it. It resonates 100%. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Good evening, Jessica 90. Hello, my darling. Has Neil heard of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes? I think it's been reviewed. I am sure it's been reviewed. I am sure of it. I am absolutely positive that it has been reviewed in that there zine. So yes, I would say so. The only film that is, well, not the only film, there's loads of films dodgier, but one of the dodgier films after Attack of the Killer Tomatoes is Attack of the Killer Clowns. Again, dodgy. Oh, there's a whole, if you've ever played Ed, if you've ever played Doom as a child, right, I think it was Doom 3. I think it was Doom 3. There were giant demon things that you had to kill, like alien monster things, right? That were basically based on the Killer Tomatoes sort of things, and they would try and unalive you. So yeah, and you had to unalive them and shoot them and bang 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 with a BFG and all sorts of stuff. So yes, it's I would say it's not a good film. Okay, it's a have a few apple ciders. Yeah, have a few ciders and maybe a glass of another adult beverage or two. Sit down and have the popcorn and put it on, because I think the budget was about £3.50 and a bag of crisps. But you know, it's a good film, and I love films like that. I absolutely love films like that. Basket Case and Reanimator. I mean, those are better films than Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. But anyway, shall we have another round? I think we should. Don't forget, if you want to snag your place without having to wait for a round and hoping, then you can do so by sending your request as for a reading as a super chat. If, however, you just want to put your ring in the hat, put your name in the hat, that's better, for a free reading, then please do so right now, because the next round is open. Stick your questions in, starting with the word question, and one of those will get chosen at random. Don't forget, that's how we do it here. And where's my button? I've lost the things. There you go. It's on the bottom of the screen, but just in case, here is a quick reminder. Okay, then let me just take this banner off and have a look in that there chart. Neil's not seeing Killer Tomatoes. Mina Hill. Okay, Mina Hill, you are up. I'm just going to pop that in there. Mina Hill, your question will be the next one. I just need to say, you what? Really? Have you covered Attack of the Killer Clowns? Is that what I'm getting confused with? Because I do get those two mixed up in my head, although one is about tomatoes and is a much lower budget than the other. We need to do a watch along at some point. Maybe for Halloween spooky season, we need to do a watch along of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Yes. But anyway, and didn't they turn it into a cartoon? I'm sure they did. I'm sure I remember a cartoon. I don't know. Anyway, Mina Hill, let's have a look at your questions. So, my darling, we're going to do the usual. And your, by saying do the usual, you know me, my brain is not functioning. So I will, your question will be coming up, my darling, in 7 seconds time. Okay, so then let's have a look. There we go. So as always, don't forget, everybody, if you happen to like this video, please do hit the like button. If you haven't already, please do hit the subscribe button. It helps the channel out no end. Also, while you're there, you might as well dong your bell and change your settings to all so that YouTube notifies you when we go live. Now, there will be a live stream every Tuesday evening and every Sunday evening UK time at 7 p.m. UK time. And I think I'm going to be doing, in fact, you know what? I'll announce it now. I will be doing a live every Thursday, most Thursdays, at 1:45 midnight UK time, or Friday morning. So it depends where you are in the world. In New Delhi and in Sydney, and in Cape Town, it's already Friday morning. In America, it's still Thursday evening. So whichever side of the time zones you're on, that's when we'll be doing it. Okay, so it will be quarter to 4. It will start in San Francisco, 6:45 in New York, and 4:45 in Denver or Nevada. So in the States, it will be early afternoon, late afternoon, early evening in the depending on where you are in the States. And then obviously Cape Town, Sydney, and New Delhi, it actually starts on Friday morning. So we'll be doing that every Thursday, even if I'm on my own, because the mods are too bloody knackered, and I wouldn't blame them at this time of the morning. Anyway, let's have a look. Who has a crush on you secretly? I can't answer that, Mina Hill. What? You could... I've just read the question. Right, you can tell. Right, let me just put that to one side. You can tell that this is randomized, right? Because there is no way I cannot answer that question. There is no way that is possible. Who has a crush on you secretly? There is no way that can be answered, right? Cannot be answered by tarot, cannot be answered by psychic mediums. There is no way that can be answered because there are billions of people on this planet, right? And I don't know how many of those people that you know, and I don't know how many of those people are around you on a regular basis that you would have interactions with. So this is one of those type of questions that tarot just cannot answer. And if you ever go on a tarot reading on another channel with a tarot reading and ask a question like this, and they say, oh yes, it's a tall dark stranger called Bill, bullshit, bull crap, big piles of steaming bull, right? It is impossible. There is no way to know, because the assumption is that somebody has a crush on you secretly. So if you don't have the knowledge of who that person is, then seeing as we interact with you, and the way that Wispy works is going with your Akashic records, there is no way to have any idea. If you don't have any idea, then there is no way for the Akashic records to link that in as yet. They could link it down the line, but the way that the tarot works, for me, it would be nigh on impossible. And I could sit here, I could change it to a different, like, general love, who loves you secretly, or all of that, but it is not a question that can be answered in that way. Because what if the answer is no one yet? Or what if the answer is 3 people right now, but that will dwindle down and one person is your special person? There's no way of knowing that at this point, because you don't have any idea at this point. And it's not like, the way that tarot works is it helps you answer questions that you need to know. So if you've just got out of a relationship, it's a really good way of saying, okay, what are the patterns from your ex? What are the patterns with you? All of that, because that is still kind of lingering energy between you. But what this question and questions like this specifically ask is, whose energy is going to be around me, or who has... So to break this question down, right? Who has a crush on you secretly? The assumption is that somebody has a crush on you. The assumption is that crush is secret. If that crush is secret, that person may never step forward and reveal that. So it could be somebody who is already married or already in a relationship fairly happily, but thinks, oh, if I was single, I would love to date Mina Hill. If only I was single. But they're not going to act on it because they're happy with their marriage. It's just like a crush. In the same way that you can have a crush on a celebrity where you know it's never going to be a relationship, but you think, oh, if Brad Pitt knocked on my door right now, oh, wouldn't that be lovely? And it's never going to happen, right? And so for questions like this, it's that same thing. It's almost, you're asking almost a fantasy question, my darling. And and that's not something that a genuine ethical tarot reader will ever be able to answer, because there is no way of knowing. Okay. So I'm unfortunately, my darling, if you want to ask a different question, then please do ask a different question. Pop it in the chat, and I will double back to you before the end of the session today. But my darling, that just is not a question that I'm able to answer. And I hope that helps. I really do hope that helps. But thank you very much for asking this question. Right? Honestly, it gives me an opportunity to explain how this type of question with a genuine reader can't be answered, right? But feel free to put a different question into the chat, and I will double back to you. But this, and again, absolutely no judgment on you, my darling, absolutely no judgment on you. And the reason I explained it is that it gives me a really good chance to say to people, you know, these are the questions that genuine readers just cannot read. But I hope that helps answer your question. If you go elsewhere and you ever do get a tarot reader that starts pulling out the cards for questions like this, then maybe not trust everything that person says. But I as I say, ask a different question, stick it in the chat, and I'll double back to you before the end. Right then, I've just also seen that Judy, my darling, you sent a super chat. May I have a general reading, please? Absolutely, my darling. I will do that for you. And we'll look at, where are we now? It is, what is the date today? The 15th already. Wow. Okay, so we'll look at the next couple of weeks and maybe the first couple of weeks into September. So we'll do a month reading, my darling. So then let me just have a quick chat back on the comment section. I'm singing a song and it doesn't have anything. Okay, let me just have a look. Okay. Hang on. Sorry, I'm just looking through your comments. You're also bloody wonderful in here. Right. Okay. Right, my darling. What I'm going to do is we're going to do Judy's reading, and it's going to come in straight. I was on the wrong button again. Nearly cancelled the stream. Then don't hit that button, Lisa. That's not good. Right, Judy, my darling. Your question's coming up in 17 seconds.
We have a super strong connection here. Right. Oh my God!
There we go. Sorry about that. I'm having a couple of tech. Come on. Why won't you? There you go. That's the height. And hopefully that isn't going to wobble now because I turned the fan down. There we go. Perfect. Perfectamundo. Right then. Wispy, Judy would like to know a general reading for the next 2 weeks and the 2 weeks after. So up to the end of August and a couple of weeks into September. Not a couple of months into September. That's not how time works, Lisa. It may feel like that. That's not how time actually works. Right. So the next 4 weeks is what we're looking at. Okay. And because Judy sent a super chat of more than £8 GBP UK and all of that, it does mean that it is a longer reading. So we're going to do that for you, Judy, my darling. So that's how the super chat system here works. If you want to queue jump, any amount at all will get you on that queue jump. And then if you want a longer reading like Judy does to really sort of delve into bits and pieces, then we can do that with a £6 GBP or above super chat. So we know that's about $8. Oh, excuse me. $8 or so. Right then. So what are we going to do? We're going to do, Wispy, how about we do, Here we go, Wispy. Okay. I've got you. The next 4 weeks, 1 card per week, and then 1 card underneath for the. So this is the. Sorry, my brain's just running faster than my mouth can catch up with. I know, isn't that strange? So the top layer is the conscious. This is what are the events or a significant event that are going to happen in each of the weeks. And then underneath, we're looking at the subconscious level, the feelings, the emotions, as I'm battering all the microphone around. So yes, so we do the top layer first. So week 1, week 2 into September. Oh, that's an interesting pattern we've got there. Look at that already. Right. And then we look at the emotional side. Okay, let's going on with the emotions. Oh, there is a lot happening here, isn't there? Why is that like that? Why does my screen look drunk? What is happening? Right then. Right. Okay, so this next week, the coming week, my darling, we've got the 2 of Cups. So I don't know if you are in a relationship, because I don't remember these details about the card readings, because I've trained myself over the years not to. So I don't know whether you're in a relationship or whether this is a friendship, but this coming week is going to be the significant moment is going to be around either a personal relationship, i.e. with a partner, or a relationship that is with, a close friend, a family member, something like that. And it's somebody who is like super close to you, right? So it is somebody who could be like your bestie or your sister or somebody that you are connected to very strongly. And it's going to be a strong emotional connection. So that's happening, but it's linked with the Hangman. So it feels like there is something that you've been wanting to get off your chest, or something that they've been wanting to get off their chest, and it's going to bring you closer together. But it's got this. The Hangman is all about sacrifice. Let me find the little animation for the Hangman, because it's all about sacrifice. It's not the end, because as you can see, this person is not deceased, and their rope around their leg is not actually tied. In this case, you can see, look, this person has fallen into the cave, but look at the rope. It is just wrapped around their leg. It's not tied. And this person is just hanging in this cave, realizing for the first time that dragons exist. So this is that idea of sacrificing yourself for knowledge. Okay. So this is going to be, it feels like there is a knowledge around this person. So whether that is, as I say, a partner or a sister or a brother, parent figure, or a close friend, it is somebody that you've shared a deep connection with. Okay, it doesn't have to be sexual, but a deep connection, someone that's got your secrets. There's always that person in your life that's like the mutually assured destruction. If you ever start spreading gossip or facts or receipts about them, they've also got a bundle of receipts about you, so you'll both end up I don't know whether you've got that, but I've definitely got that person in my life. Several people like that in my life. So the week after this comes out, there's a little bit of, I wouldn't say argy-bargy, but maybe a bit of argy-bargy. I don't know whether you get the reference to argy-bargy. It basically means a little bit of upheaval, a little bit of unsettledness, because we've got the Knight of Swords energy coming in. Now, this could be that this is you bringing that, or it could be that the revelations that come up kind of bring that rebelliousness in, because the Knight of Swords, knights are always that rebellious energy. Swords is that trouble and strife, hurdle energy, if that makes sense. And thank you, Patricia. And that connection with this kind of it feels like it's jumping out of the events of the coming week. It's connecting to the 10 of Swords reversed as well. So there's definitely some sort of revelation happening, or some sort of discovery around a friend that is going to have some impact as you sort of end up towards the end of August. again, friend, family member. I'm not sure what this connection is with the two. It's got to be close though, because it goes into September where we've got the Two of Wands, and this time it's reversed. So you've got a connection here that might begin to unravel a little bit, and you've got a reaction here with the Two of Wands. Let me show you it upright. Upright, you can see, look, this person is very confident, has these shining wands that are beacons for the dragons. Beacons, they're in this stone altar space, circle space, whatever it is. They are, everything is grand. This is a very positive card. Wands is security, confidence, how you see yourself. When it's reversed in this case, that Two of Wands, again, I think there's a knockback effect from whatever is happening here. It feels like it continues with this relationship, and it feels almost like it may be that you've asked for support and they've not given it or whatever, but it feels like it's going to knock your confidence a little bit, and it's going to make you feel, excuse me, because we're right back with the emotional side, it's going to make you feel that you are starting that Fool's journey over again, because you've got the Fool coming up reversed here as well. So between these two, it's like you're going to feel like that person hasn't got your back, that you start to question the nature of the relationship, and now, oh my God, I'm going to have to start over again. Like, I didn't want to ever start over again from this person, but it feels like I can't trust them anymore. Because again, wands can be connected in with that trust element. I can't really trust them anymore. Where do I go? What do I think? And this is going on under the surface, this Fool card. Okay. And then as we get into the middle of September, it's interesting that the only card, look, we've got the Two of Cups and the Knight of Swords as things are evolving. And then as things then are settling again, we get the reverse cards. So then we get the Five of Wands, and 5 is about turmoil for me, a little bit of disruption, decisions that are still unmade, but like things aren't settled. Things are all a little bit scattered, not quite developed. Things are still in process, but some things are sorted and some things aren't. You know what I mean? It's that everything's a bit like you're waiting for this thing here to resolve itself so that this thing can resolve itself, and then maybe this will or maybe it won't, but you don't know about that. And do you know what I mean? It's all of that higgledy-piggledy, everything's up in the air. And this is going to be affecting your confidence, right? This is going to be affecting your confidence. Let it do it. Let yourself feel overwhelmed if that's where you are, right? Let yourself feel it, because you will be able to move on from it. It's just, this is where you are right now, and this is what you're going through in, as I say, into September. It does feel like this is almost, it's almost like you've got an arc here, and it feels like this is as things are starting to resolve, but it may not go back to this relationship being fixed, if that makes sense, because we've got the Seven of Swords coming up here at the end. So this is towards the middle of September. And this feels like, again, people are causing hassle, and people are causing those hurdles and challenges. And it feels like somebody is stealing that energy away from you, right? And this is what is going on here. The Seven of Swords is very much like someone is trying to steal that away and run away and take things that aren't theirs. And it's that energy of like both physical and emotional energy that they're trying to take, and they're trying to, twist things for their benefit. And that's on the surface, this is how you're going to feel. And on the surface, it is that continuing of that, everything's a bit up in the air. It does feel like, let me, I'm going to pull you a card right in the center. Wispy, I want an idea of how this resolves, because this isn't going to be a big thing that rocks your world completely, that everything is changed. This is almost like one part of your life dealing with that particular relationship, right? Whoever this person is, this is dealing with that. So it's not going to affect your work life. It's not going to affect your, roof over your head and things like that. It's not going to have that massive, huge impact on your physical world, on your emotional world, and your connection with this person. It will. And we've got the Ten of Pentacles reverse. So it's going to resolve, and it's going to resolve around an issue around money. So it could be that the discussion around money actually comes up and rears its head, and then it feels like this 10 of Pentacles reversed is how things are going to get resolved. It's almost going to be like there's going to be an issue around finances, that the only way that it can be resolved is that you basically just say, look, fuck it, take your money, run, take it, I don't care, I'm done with you. Like 25 years of friendship down the toilet, take that $10 for what it's worth, go F yourself, I don't need that. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like that is how it's going to be resolved with an issue that comes again through that financial element. I hope that helps, my darling. Pre-warned is forewarned is forearmed and all of that. It does feel like this is limited in scope to this particular relationship with this particular person. Okay, it doesn't feel like it's going to open up, like for you going through it is going to be shit, and it's going to feel like shit, and you're going to feel like you're heartbroken, but that revelation will still be good, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Like the revelation, God, words are difficult. I cannot wait until we get a time where we get a computer chip implanted into our head, and it can just go, these are the words that Lisa is thinking. Although again, I don't think it would capture the crossing over and multiple different conversations that happen at once in my head. But anyway, that's ADHD for you. So yeah, I do think, in all honesty, that you'll be absolutely fine long term, but it does feel like there might be some short-term shenanigans from that. And the more that the cards were revealing, the more I think it's a friend type layer rather than a family member. If it is a family member, it's somebody who you're not super close to. Okay, hope that helps, my darling, and I hope that I hope that gives you some forewarning for the weeks to come. But thank you very much for your question, Judy. No problem. Absolutely no problem. No problem at all, my darling. I am very pleased. And at least you've got it. You've got that information. You're forewarned, you're forearmed, and all of that. Right then, let me have a look. Brian Oliver. Good evening, Brian Oliver. You have sent through a super chat for a longer reading as well. I will do your reading, my darling, straight after. I'm gonna hit this, so it will play straight after this, my darling. Okay, and I will do your reading straight afterwards. I just need to grab a slurp of my drink. Before we go on, here's the housekeeping. Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You do make all of your own decisions about your own life. Tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counselling advice. If you're looking for support in these areas, please do seek out professionals in these areas. You do have to be 18 years of age or over to get a tarot reading on this channel. And remember, please don't share private information here or anywhere else on the internet that you wouldn't want anyone or everyone finding out about now or anytime in the future. Yes, indeed. Keep your privates private. As they say. Oh, good evening, Country Love Homestead. Hello, my darling. I hope you are very, very well. Good evening to you. Welcome, and thank you for joining us so far this evening. Who else has popped in? Did I see anybody else pop in? Yes, Keisha Williams. Hello, my darling. Hold off on all the questions. I will be answering some more, or I'll be doing another free round very shortly. At the moment, Brian Oliver has taken one of the next spaces with a super chat. So Brian is looking for a love reading. So we're going to do that for you right now, my darling. So let me just swap the cameras over. Oh my gosh. Right, let me do that again. I was talking about Wispy because I'm going to have to ring the bell again. Right, I wonder why that happened. And I'm bringing Wispy in. So down in the description box, just down there, is a link to the podcast episode that I did with Neil, all about my dragons. Okay, and so that is down in the description box. It's also, I put it into the live chat as well, so you get to know what Wispy is, what my dragons are, and it's all of those details are explained down there. So that's all I was saying. I hadn't started your reading yet, Brian, but let's go ahead. So Wispy, Brian would like to know a love reading. What does Brian need to know now in love? Okay, let's have a look for you, my friend. Don't forget, if you haven't already, hit that like button. It really helps us out here on the YouTubes with the algorithm and all the mysteriousness that is that algorithm. And yes, let's have a look. I will be also doing more videos about different tarot decks, and I am going to be looking at doing the Learn Tarot course as well. So, it's definitely, oops, that's it. That's a very low drop. Okay. The cards know what they're doing. So then, a love reading. We're going to go with, I tell you what, we'll do you the full inverted triangle, and we will see where the love elements come in. So then, where you are now. Right now, listen. Do not get worried about this card. Right? It is the death card. It does not mean anybody's about to snuff it. It doesn't mean anybody's about to expire. It does not mean anybody is going to be as dead as a deceased parrot from a Monty Python sketch. That is not the case. The death card always relates to a change, a transformation, the ending of a major chapter and the starting of another one. Okay, so when this card comes up as it has now, it is not something to be feared, it's something to be embraced, because it's literally talking about this is the end of a particular chapter. What is next? It's a closure card. Okay, so I always have to stop and do this, because people will say, I can't remember any of the cards, but I got the death card. I'm so worried. It's not about that. Okay, honestly. And you all should know, I am, like, the channel's called Beyond Authentic. If it was about that, I would be saying, be careful, blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? Okay, caveat over. Let's go back to the reading. Right, so the death card, but as you can see, it is reversed. So it is talking about a transformation, maybe a transformation that you weren't looking for at the time. So maybe this is talking about that, an ending of the of a relationship, if that makes sense. Okay, maybe that's what that is talking about. It definitely isn't anybody snuffing it. Even if you've got a really horrible ex, Brian, even if there's a really horrible ex and you're like, woohoo, no, nobody is snuffing it on our watch, not at least with this card. So then let's look at what you need to know. The Three of Wands. Okay, that's a positive card. And the Two of Pentacles coming up as well. So connecting the death card with the the Three of Wands, we have the Page of Swords. Connecting the Three of Wands with the Two of Pentacles, we have the Eight of Cups. Cups is all about romance. And then we have the root of it is the Nine of Cups. Okay, positive cup card. And then I'm going to put one just here, Wispy, face down. And this is the how, who, where. Okay, this is a pointer to how, who, where. So let's have a look. As I said, the death card is talking about an ending and a transitional phase, and this is coming up in the where you are now. Okay, so it feels like this transitional phase from your in romance perhaps wasn't something that you wanted. Okay, so perhaps this was a relationship that ended, that you know was ended not by you. Perhaps it's something that, you know, things just ran their course and you weren't necessarily aware of that. It could also be the fact that maybe you were interested in someone and they've made it clear that they're not interested in you in that way, and that now this is where that closure happens and you're looking forward to a new cycle, because the death card is all about kind of ending. It's a bit like if you've read a series of books like the Terry Pratchett books, or perhaps the Game of Thrones books, right? So you end the second book and you're like, oh wow, I wonder what happens next. And you've got to get the third book in the series. Do you know what I mean? That's what this card is. It's like, okay, and we fade out on this scene. And as we fade out on the scene, it's like a soap opera where it goes, ring, ring, hello, Dr. Adams, I've got news. And you go, oh, it's faded out. Oh my God, what happens next? Oh, who's Dr. Adams? Why are they ringing? What's happening? Oh, do you know what I mean? So this is an exciting card. It feels like the fates, the way that life works, the cycle is shifting, and it's now shifting, and we're about to start that new chapter for you. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's just new chapter. It's just changing over. In the what you need to know, we've got the Three of Wands. Now, this is about your confidence. And this is saying that actually it feels like your confidence needs a bit of a boost, and your confidence needs to grow a little bit. And actually, with the closing off this chapter, it feels almost like that's allowing your confidence to grow. So it could be that there was somebody who maybe was dangling a carrot that they had no idea of yet letting you nibble on. I think that analogy works. Yeah, I think that works. Do you know what I mean? It's like somebody was maybe interested but not, and you were interested but not, and now that everything's finished, it's like it's allowing you to move on, and for your confidence to get a lot brighter and a lot more. And the thing about the Three of Wands, it's a fantastic card because it is saying that actually you are increasing, you are growing, you are continuing that journey to be better, to be stronger, to be more confident, to be true to yourself. All of that is happening because the three is literally like the one is on its own, the two is a couple, the three is growth. So we're looking at growth here, which is fantastic. The Two of Pentacles reversed is coming up in the future opportunity, and again, twos can be couples. I always see that two as a couple. This could be a work connection that isn't relationship bound, so it could be that there is something happening in the workplace, or something happening to do with finances, or something that you are maybe linking in with another person. That could be a relationship. It might be, it might not. The way that this is reversed at the moment is saying that it might not be, but, and the reason I'm saying but is because these three cards are becoming very, very interesting. So we'll stick a peg in that one for now. So under the surface, that's our surface level. This is under the surface. So we've got the Page of Swords, who is connecting the reverse death to the Three of Wands. Now, this is actually a really good place for this card to be, because, and especially with the reversal, because the Page of Swords, pages are about youthful, young energy. Okay, so you can see this person with a Beatles bob. I mean, and they're very young, and they are messing with the dragon energy and that sword energy, and they are going to get themselves burnt. Look, it's a little dragon, but they are going to get themselves burnt. When it's reversed, swords is trouble and strife, challenges and hurdles, by the way. So like they're messing. When it's reversed, it's saying that whatever was connecting these two, or whatever was going on with the death card here, whatever this ending is and this new beginning, it's like you've had to cut ties. You've had to realize that something was childish and too naive, right? Because the card is reversed. So it's saying if it was this way up, it would be saying, oh, well, the reason the ending happened is because of this childish behavior. No, it feels very much like you have nipped something in the bud, and now you're ready to move on, and you've recognized that because this Page of Swords is reversed. So it's like, yes, it's causing a hurdle, but you've already moved on. You've already moved on. And then we get from the Three of Wands, your confidence growing, to the Two of Pentacles, we get the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is a card all about choosing to move forward in your romantic life. So this is choosing to head towards the Nine, which we also have. It's currently here, but it's your root card. So this is really talking about choosing to move forward, choosing to move on. And it's a very definitive choice with the Eight of Cups, because you could quite happily sit here with these two water dragons, and you can make this lovely, you know, you could have a lovely home here, have the dragons around, have this lovely sort of path. You've got the cups here that they are offering you. There's all this wonderful, this fantastic sort of place, this fairy tale kind of place, mystical, that's the word I was looking for, not fairy tale, this mystical place. But no, you're moving on. You've chosen to move on and find greater love, which is amazing, because the root card is talking about the desire for the Nine of Cups. Okay, so this is desire, this is the root, this is what you are looking for overall. And this is really positive, because it's saying that at your core, you're not looking for a quick relationship. You're not looking for a little bit of wham bam, thank you, ma'am. You're not looking for a flippant relationship, a fling. You're looking for something deep, and you're looking for that serious connection. And whether or not it's coming up immediately or not, we'll ask in a second with this card. But whether or not you've got your fingers burnt in the past, you're still hopeful, you're still moving, and you still believe in that serious true love and that absolute connection. So then, Wispy, let's have a look in the warnings. Ooh, okay, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. Now this is making sense. So beware, Brian, right? Beware. It feels like you are a very heart on your sleeve person. It feels like you are somebody who cares passionately, who loves passionately, who is very open with your feelings and your emotions, right? That's what it feels like. However, as we go on this journey forward, be careful, because it feels like somebody is going to be coming into the picture that you may not want to start a relationship with. Okay, so whoever the next person, or if there's somebody around at the moment, whoever the next person is that you start having that romantical kind of conversation with, particularly if they initiate it, just be a little bit careful, because we've got the Two of Cups reversed and the Two of Pentacles reversed. And when I asked Wispy for the pointer to romance, he gave me the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Both of these cards would suggest somebody with a financial ulterior motive, somebody who is maybe looking at you as a bit of the Bank of Brian, as opposed to being very, very honest and genuinely into you. Okay, so I'm not saying that this person would be a scammer, but this person could be a scammer, right? Absolutely could be, because the Two of Pentacles, it's like if it was this way up, it would be maybe there's somebody at work, maybe there's somebody that is interested in you, that you have a growth connection with, there's an element there. This feels very much more, when it's reversed and when the Queen comes into play, like this person's got an ulterior motive, which is purely financial. Now, again, it depends from your perspective if that's okay, because I know full well that there are very, very happy couples on this planet where one partner has basically said, I want someone to look after me. And that is what their expectation of marriage is that the other partner will, look after them financially. And if that is something that you buy into, if that is something that makes sense to you, then this could be really good. In which case for you, maybe you would manually turn these two cards around and say, if I love someone, maybe I don't want them working. Maybe I will look after them financially because I'm able to do so. Just be aware though. Okay. Just be aware that this person that's coming in definitely feels like they have that financial ulterior motive. And again, now you know it. Now you know that's there. you can choose whether to accept that, or you can choose whether to say, hold your horses, you know, I ain't looking for no gold digger. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully that helps, Brian. Thank you ever so much for your question. It does feel like that death card being there feels like you are over and finished, and you are well and truly out of it, out of the picture with somebody who perhaps, you know, wasn't the best connection for you, and you are ready to move on. But again, just watch out for that ulterior motive. And with that, my darling, I'm going to say thank you ever so much for your question. And yeah, thank you for your, thank you for your read. Thank you for your thing, that there, the super chat. Oh gosh, it's getting late here in the UK. It's 1 o'clock gone. 1 o'clock here in the UK in the morning. But yes, anyway, right, let me do the buttons. Look at that. I'm trying to blame the time as if that makes any bleeding difference. It never does with me, does it? This is just the way my brain works. But it also connects me with the Akashic fields and the psychic realms and everything else. So, you know, I can't diss my brain too much. Right then, I'm just putting all the cards back in. If you ever wonder when we get repeat cards, if it's because I don't shuffle them or mix them up, like that is how I put the cards back in. So I put them back in all over the place like that. And then they get put into the deck. So I now know, I have no idea where any of them are, and then I shuffle from there. So yeah, in case anybody was ever wondering when we get repeat cards, no problem, Brian. I hope that helps, my darling. I really do. Thank you ever so much. Right then, let's have a wee look. By the way, if you haven't already, please do hit that like button and the subscribe button, and then dong your bell so that YouTube notifies you each and every time I go live or upload a video. So yeah, that's really important. And also thank you to everybody who has joined our memberships. It really helps the channel out with the memberships, because basically not only is it like a wonderful way of supporting the channel and supporting what we do here, it's also a really good sort of way of getting in with the members only chats and some of the unboxings. I believe, a little bit of a members only warning, I believe my witch casket is due for delivery tomorrow. I've had a notification, so when it arrives tomorrow afternoon, probably after 1 or 2 o'clock, I'll be going live filming my witch casket reaction. So if you are a member, you are automatically invited to that. It goes as a members only recording, and then I will, so you get it warts and all. You can ask questions, you can say, oh my god, Lisa, what a piece of shit, or oh my god, Lisa, that's amazing, I really want one. Whatever it is, depending on what's in the box, nobody knows. And then I will edit all the other bits out and streamline it down to about a 15-minute video or so, and that will go up on the channel either late tomorrow or Sunday morning, depending on what we're doing. But yes, so there you go. Members get a chance to come and hang out, not only on the Sunday evening live, but also when I'm filming the unboxing videos, things like that. And also, don't forget, everybody, every single donation here now, 30% of the donations go to YouTube. And 20% now go to the PDSA, the People's Dispensary for Sick Animals, Saving Vets and Changing Lives. It's an animal hospital charity that supports pets here in the UK, for people that need help with their pets and their pet bills and all of that. So it's an amazing charity. They helped us recently when it was time for our lovely Ruby to have her last ever vet appointment, and they were amazing. And so we're now raising money for them. So yeah, every single donation, 50% of it goes either to YouTube, and then 20% to the PDSA, and the rest goes to help fund the channel. So yeah, thank you ever so much for everybody who is choosing to support us in that way. Right then, I'm going to pop that back over to Beyond Authentic, because obviously this isn't a PDSA live stream, but yeah, thank you to everybody who's choosing to help us out with those memberships. In fact, I'm going to click this. Yes, indeed. The next round is now open. Do please go ahead and pop your question into that there live chat, starting with the word question. And one of those will get chosen at random. Don't forget, if you would like to snag that live spot, then the only way to do it is to send your question as a super chat. If you send it for $8 or £6 or whatever it is in your currency, if it's more than £6 GBP in UK pounds, then you get yourself a longer reading. So that option is always there. Either way, go ahead and do those things. Here is a handy recap. Okay, so who's got the free round? The keeper of the questions is saying Jessica. So how we do this on this channel, where hang on, let me go into the comment section first. And before I prattle on about something, let me find Jessica's question. Jessica. Hello, my darling. Jessica 90. Yes, hello, my darling. Also, good evening to, oh gosh, Mariana Ivanisevic and Pania and Lorraine, and I've said hello to Mina Hill, and yep, so hello to everybody else who is joining us this evening. You're very welcome here. Jessica's got her question now. The way it works is that our moderators have a randomized system, and they will grab a name at random from the chat, and they will then that's the person that I read for. So hold on to your questions. If you are not Jessica 90, if you are not Jessica 90, select and copy your question. Okay, Ed, thank you, my darling, for being here. Select and copy your question and hold it until the next round. Mina Hill, I've got your question here, so I will do yours. I will do your reading after Jessica's, because yeah, I would do yours after Jessica's because I said that I would. Okay, my darling. So we've got Jessica's first. So I'm going to do Jessica's reading, and then I've got Mina Hill's, and then we will open up another free round. Okay. So let's go ahead and, oh, here we go. So Jessica, your question will be coming up in 7 seconds. Okay, Jessica 90, let's have a look at your question. So as always, we ring the bell to cleanse the space. This is something we do here on this channel. We cleanse the space. The vibrations from the bell cleanses the working space. And then we bring in Wispy, who is the air dragon, our air elemental dragon that I work with. And I say to Wispy, Jessica 90 would like to know, can they know wise feelings for Jessica? So that's what we want to know. We want to know what Y is feeling for Jessica. Ooh, another romance question. So then, oh gosh, don't forget, let me know where you are coming in from, which part of the world you're coming in from, and I can add you to my tablet. Let me just show you the tablet. Look, I've got a tablet here. Is it going to do it? Yeah, look at all the time zones. So if you are currently in one of those time zones, we welcome you in at various times to the channel, to the live streams. So let me know if you are anywhere other than San Francisco, New York, Denver. If there's a time zone, another time zone in the States, let me know. I've got Cape Town, and South Africa. I've got Sydney, Australia, and New Delhi. So if you're coming in from a different time zone, let me know and I will add you onto the tablet. Right then, Jessica, let's have a look at your cut, my darling. Here we go. Oh gosh, I dropped the cards. Right, there we go. Do your drop properly. It's going again. No, it's not. That is your drop. Right then, can I know wise feelings? Okay, so let's have a look at the let's have a look. We're looking for a romantic one. Yeah, I tell you what, we'll do the standard. Where you are, what's why, where Y is. Hang on, how are we going to do this? We'll do it with the You're wanting to know Y's feelings. So we'll go where you are, what Y wants, and what that could lead to. Where you are, what Y wants, and what that could lead to. Where you are, the 9 of Swords. Oh, shit, my darling. Right. What Y wants, the wheel, and what that could lead to. Oh, right. Okay. So where you are, we've got the 9 of Swords. This is the nightmare card. This is the sleepless nights card. Swords are all about trouble and strife. Swords are all about hurdles and challenges. This is the sleeplessness card. So basically, I don't know whether you and Y were in a relationship or whether you're wanting to be in a relationship with Y, but it feels like the moment that you are not getting much sleep. You're worrying, you're stressing over this connection, which isn't good, because what Y wants, it feels like Y wants to kind of have their cake and eat it too, because you've got the wheel. And the wheel of fortune, or the wheel, is all about reward and risk. Okay. It's all about spinning that wheel and kind of going with it wherever it ends up. Now, that does not, to me, sound like somebody who is in a committed relationship, wants a committed relationship, or anything like that. It feels like they are a bit of a player, literally, and a bit of a gambler with emotions. Okay. So it may well be that Y is looking at lots of options, put it that way, because when you think of the wheel, you think of all the different spokes on the wheel, in all the various indications on the various versions, sorry, of the wheel of life, the wheel of fortune. You always get, there's like a 8 spoke, and it varies as to what's on them, but each one of those is a possible option. And if that is where Y is coming from, then it's almost like they don't care about which option it ends on. Do you know what I mean? It's like whether it lands on you or someone else, or over there or over here, it doesn't matter to them, because they're just going to go with it wherever it points. Do you know what I mean? So it's almost like having a few different phone numbers for a booty call, or, you know, a bit of a nightcap, and it doesn't matter which person answers the phone first or says yes first. It's like they're going to go for a nightcap wherever that person says yes. Do you know what I mean? And then future outcomes. The 4 of Wands is not a bad card, but it's talking about stability. 4s are about stability. 4 corners of a table, 4 chair legs, all of that. And Wands is all about confidence and security. So it doesn't feel as if this is a romantic connection. It just feels as if, for Y's perspective, Y is toddling along no matter what's happened. So if you were in a relationship and you've broken up, Y is just moving on, and it isn't affecting them. If Y is somebody that you have feelings for but doesn't know that yet, like you haven't told Y, then they're just carrying on. You know what I mean? There's no repercussions. So yeah, I hope that helps, my darling. It honestly doesn't feel, there's nothing horrendous here. There's nothing like super nasty, apart from where your feelings are, which is that sleepless nights, that constant kind of going over things, and maybe even some anxiety in there. It feels like you are feeling all the feelings, and Y isn't really feeling anything at all. So that says a lot. Do you know what I mean? That says a lot. Hope that helps, my darling. I really do. I know it's probably not what you want to hear, but you know, I always say we don't. I can't unfortunately tell you what you want to hear, only what you need to know, and that is definitely how this channel works. So yeah, I hope that helps, my darling. But thank you ever so much for your question. Right, let me have a look in that there chat. Let me click on the doodah. There we go, and move that out the way. Let me have a look. It helps a lot. Oh, thank you, my darling. Thank you, my darling. Listen, how can I put it? If only one of you is having sleepless nights, right? then that tells you how important it was to the other one. And if the other person isn't having sleepless nights, don't let your sleep get interrupted that much. Do you know what I mean? It says it all. If Y isn't having sleepless nights without you, then you shouldn't worry that much about Y. Do you know what I mean? They obviously weren't that committed. So yeah. Anyway, I hope that helps, my darling. Thank you ever so much for your question. Monet, you need to wait until I ask a question, my darling. Wait until I open up a free round, and then I will one of those questions will get chosen at random, or you can send it through as a super chat. But hold on to your question just now. I am looking for this one. Here we go. So this is all about how you get a reading on the channel. We are opening up a brand new round right now. So if you would like a free reading, go ahead, pop your question into their live chat, starting with the word question, and one of those will get chosen at random. If, however, you want to guarantee your reading, then do please send it through as a super chat. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. And yeah, I will go ahead and choose, or I won't choose, the keeper of the questions will go ahead and choose one in about 30 seconds time. Sorry, I've just realized, hang on, I've got Mina Hills to do. Sorry, my fault. Mina Hill. Your question is up next, my darling. Right, so if anybody's wondering why, Mina Hill was chosen earlier, but unfortunately their question wasn't one that was able to be asked. So that is why we said to hold it off and put it in the chat. But again, my ADHD brain forgot. So everybody else, hold on to your question. We'll be opening up a free round straight after this. Okay, straight after this, everybody hold on to your questions, copy and select straight after this reading. So then, Mina Hill, let me just shift that again back over. I don't know why it keeps shifting position, this stand. Anyhow, right, let's go ahead. We're going to cleanse your space and bring in Wispy. Mina Hill would like to know what's next in love for them. Okay, what is next in love? This is a love reading, a 3-card love reading, Wispy. We want to know if there's anything coming in love, particularly if there is anything coming in soon. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, Neil, thank you. Let's have a look. I always think we need a little jingle. Maybe I'll sing a little jingle. Let's have a look at what's in the cards. What's in the cards? What's in the cards? Let's all look at what's in the cards coming up right now. You can tell it's late, can't you? Here in the UK, it's late. Depending on where everybody is around the world, it might be mid-afternoon. Could be getting on for tea time. I know, right? Dinner time, supper time, whatever. Let's have a look. So, Mina Hill, what's next in love for you? We're going to do the standard, where you are, what you need to know, and what the future opportunity is. So, where you are. Again, hopefully you were here, right? I need to just do the thing just in case you weren't. So, let me click the button, change the camera. This does not mean death. This does not mean anybody's going to die. Nobody is going to die because of this card. It is the death card, but it means the end of a current situation, a conclusion, an ending, a shifting. It's a new chapter beginning after this, okay? It does not mean anybody's about to snuff it, kick the bucket, kick their clogs. I don't know what that means, but you know what I mean? Nobody is going to be unalived. This is not about that, right? It is about an ending, a changing, a moving on, a closing of a cycle. So do not fear this card, okay? It is absolutely not what it says on the tin. There we go. I know I have to do that every time, just in case, because somebody could be new here and they could get very concerned that the death card comes up and they're like, oh, this is not about that, right? So it is an ending, my darling. So it feels like you have, this is where you are now. So something is ended and it's now becoming closed. You're getting that closure. You're starting to be able to move forward and move on, if that makes sense. So that's a really, really, really good card in that context. Okay, so then let's have a look at what you need to know. Let's have a look. We've got the wheel. Okay. The wheel is a reasonably good card. Opportunity coming. And then the future opportunity. Let's have a look. The Knight of Pentacles reversed. Right. Let's get into it. So we know now, because I've said it multiple times, that the death card does not mean death. Okay. So this card is not the end of a life. It's the end of a situation, which is much better. Okay, so something is definitely coming to an end. Whether or not that was something you chose, I think it probably wasn't, because this card is reversed. But it is good that you're now finishing that book, finishing that chapter. It's like you've downloaded the entire series of something, and it's coming to the end of season 1, and you're like, "Ooh, season 2's round the corner." That's where you are, right? That is where you are. That season is ended, and now you're waiting for season 2 to start so that you can start binge watching that. That is what this card represents. Okay, so it does feel like, in terms of love energy, it feels like that past chapter is now kind of coming to that final close, and now you're looking forward as to what the new energy is coming in the future, literally what is coming up. And it does feel as if you've got that closure. In terms of what you need to know, you've got the Wheel of Fortune in this position. Now, this is where I always say to people, you've got different elements, right? So different cards come up in different positions, in different spreads, and their meaning subtly changes. So whereas before, when this came up, it was that somebody else is playing, for you, this is saying that what you need to know is that maybe this is your opportunity to have some fun. This beat is sick. Come and take a ride on my disco stick. I had to. But maybe this is it. Maybe this is your chance to actually, have a bit of fun dating, and maybe look around and see who's out there for you, and what you might be interested in, and what type of person might interest you, what floats your boat, what tickles your pickle. Been a long time since I've said that, but it really is. Do you know what I mean? This is a good time for you, as long as you are safe. And I don't just mean by using contraceptive, putting a condom on it, but as long as you are, if you date somebody, you go out for coffee, you let a friend know where you're going. As long as, if you go out for dinner, you let a friend know that you're at this restaurant, and this is the time of the day, and to give you a ring half an hour into it, so that you are safe. Do you know what I mean? All of those things. If you're meeting someone on an app, or on the internet, or on a website, or however you're meeting them, you're chatting through Facebook, whatever it is, if it's a blind date set up by a friend, whatever it is, make sure you are safe. Okay, make sure that that people know where you're going to be, they know when you're due home, and make sure that you have got those safety. And that's the same for everybody, okay? Not just for Mina Hill, for anybody dating out there in the 2020s, okay? We need to put our safety first, and that's just pure common sense these days, okay? That being said, Mina Hill, there's no reason why you can't have a look and see, if there is somebody that a friend might be able to hook you up with, and say, I'm looking for a new date. Doesn't necessarily need to be, a long-term partner right now, but I'm looking for a long-term partner. Is there anybody that's single in your friendship circle? Or maybe you're looking for just a nice date, someone to meet up and go for lunch with, in which case you say that to your friendship circle. This really is saying that now this is closed, this is opening up that field for you, okay? And where we look at the future opportunity, we do have the Knight of Pentacles. It is reversed, but the Knight of Pentacles could be somebody that could be somebody you work with, because Pentacles is work, career, finances. Could be somebody younger that's a bit of a I don't know, a bit of a player, but who might want to take you out for dinner and get to know you. This is reversed, so just be a little bit wary. Maybe this is saying, if there are people that you work with, maybe don't look at workmates, but also the Knight of Pentacles himself, and it normally is a male figure, the Knights. The Knight of Pentacles is kind of, he'll be able to take care of dinner. Do you know what I mean? He'll be able to pay for the dinner. It feels like it would be a good evening out, because the Knight would make sure that you have a good evening. Just make sure that if you don't want to go back for a nightcap, you don't go back for a nightcap. Do you know what I mean? All of that being said, it doesn't feel, it feels like this could be a date coming up. It doesn't feel like it's a particularly romantic situation, right? So it feels like there could be dates that you just go on and go, oh no, thank you very much, but I don't really want to see you again, or, you know, thank you for this evening, it was a wonderful date, and maybe we could do it again, you know, maybe I'll text you if I'm interested, like that, and that way you just, you know, say no. But it does feel as if you've got more irons in your fire to come. Okay, so I don't think there's a really strong love connection coming in anytime soon, but it does feel as if there is some dating opportunities for you, which in itself may lead to love opportunities further down the line. Hopefully, my darling, that helps. And thank you very much for your question. And thank you for waiting and sorting out a question that I could actually answer. But thank you for that. Right then, let me have a look at the chat, because as you all know, I do not have the chat screen open whilst I am reading, because it's bad enough with my ADHD brain, let alone having let alone dealing with everything else, if that makes sense. Right then, let's have a look. So we're going to carry on with a oh, hang on, there we go. Thank you, Mina Hill. Oh, no problem. Amazing, look at that. Thank you very much. Right then, it's time to re-put your question in now. We are opening up. There's lots and lots and lots of confused messages in the chat. So I am putting in now in the chat. If you look in the chat right now, there is a message from me, right, with the purple hearts. Thank you, Penia. Pop your question in after that message from me, okay? That way we know, I can scroll back and see whose messages are coming through. Okay, so go ahead, pop your question in, and yeah, one of those will get chosen at random by the keeper of the questions. They've got a spinny thing and it's all done random at their end. I can't do that and this at the same time. It just doesn't work. So then go ahead and do that. Pop your question in, starting with the word question. If you want to snag the this could be the last place. No, this isn't the last place. Don't be stupid, Lisa. It's only past. But if you are wanting to snag the next spot, then do send it through as a super chat. Right. Shut up, Lisa. Press the button. Okay, I need to turn that banner off. And Lorraine, hang on, I'm not even on the comment section. Where's Lorraine? Lorraine is there. There we go. Right then, so let's have a look. Oh, hang on. Question. I was once told that I have dragon energy. What's my dragon and how do I use this energy to benefit you in everyday life? Hold on that. Right, hold on that. Keeper of the question, send me through one for tarot. Lorraine, this isn't a tarot question, but I will answer it. And Pania, there we go. Right, I've got yours in. So, Pania, I'm going to answer Lorraine's question, but it's not a tarot question, but yours will come straight after Lorraine, right? Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Let me get onto that other screen. There we go. So, Lorraine, right. Let me, I tell you what, this feels like it's a, I wish this was beer. It's not beer or cider or a vodka Coke. I don't even drink alcohol, so I really don't know why I said beer. I meant vodka, but you know, hang on, it's just a fruit drink. Hold on. So, my darling, hang on. My bra's been really irritating me for the last half hour, so I just had to sort it out. That feels so much better. For those that wear bras, you'll know when it's all a bit twisted. Oh god, it's like heaven now. So Lorraine, dragon energy, it depends. When you say that you have dragon energy could be a lot of things, right, that different people refer to. So it depends on the person that was telling you had dragon energy. I was born in the Chinese year of the dragon, so I am in the Chinese horoscopes. It said that I have dragon energy. In that instance, there's a whole mythology behind it. There is a whole specific thing that means in terms of being a dragon. Being born in the year of the dragon, I should say. So it kind of depends on what that person was referring to. When you say, what's your dragon? How do I use this energy? Have a look at the mythology of dragons, because it could be, if you were drawn to dragon type energy and dragons in mythology, there are very different depictions of dragons. Okay, so in the Western world, dragons were seen as something to be feared, something that came into villages and ate all the livestock and ate some of the villagers, and you know, you had to fight the dragons. So dragons were seen as the enemy. In other mythologies, dragons were as real as, you know, birds in the sky today are. They were part of the understanding of how the universe works, and they were seen as being these mighty creatures that were incredibly noble, incredibly honorable, that would protect their young, that, you know, kings and queens and mystics could master. There are not theories, sorry, but there are, you know, fictional tales about dragons doing all sorts of wonderful things. Obviously Game of Thrones had their version of dragons. All the way through history, dragons are seen as being a thing that existed. The reality of dragon energy is that dragons are basically what people thought dinosaurs were. When they were seeing old bones, they were believing that to be a dragon because that's what they thought at the time. They didn't know better. In terms of how you can use dragon energy, it depends on the type of dragon that you are drawn to. If the Chinese style of dragons draws you in, then there is a whole section of mythology and a whole section of belief and also magical practice linked in with that dragon energy. Okay, so that is something that, if that draws you in, you need to go and discover that for yourself. If you're interested in what my dragons are and where my dragons came from, I've put a link into the live chat again. It is down in the description box as well. If you scroll to where the page break is, there's a whole podcast episode where me and Neil talk about what my dragons are. They are metaphysical, they are created, they are, go and watch the episode. It's quite detailed. In terms of how you use this energy to benefit you in your everyday life, again, it completely depends on if you use magical practice, and if you do use magical practice, which type of dragon energy you are drawn to, my darling. So again, Wispy is an air dragon. Wispy is an air elemental that is specifically an air dragon because it's specifically connected to the element of air and the things that relates to. Again, you might be really connected to fire dragon energy. I have, there is all sorts of things around the dragons that can do different things basically. But what I would advise you to do is, it's such a massive field of mythology and magical practice. See what draws you and follow that and read and discuss. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And yeah, thank you ever so much for your question. Right, and Pania, question: what are their feelings for you? Oh, hang on, I've just seen right, Levi or Levi. I've seen your question come up. I will do Pania's question and then I will get to you next. Okay, if that makes sense. Right then, so hopefully that answers your question, Lorraine. I know it probably doesn't answer your question. Thank you. Yes, you are right. I need to take that off. So no more super chats, please. This is the last super chat, the one I've got. So thank you ever so much. So hopefully that helps, Lorraine. You're more connected to a fire dragon, but again, in what mythology? In what mythology, my darling? There are lots of different types of fire dragons. Arguably, the phoenix could be perceived as a fire dragon. It's actually a bird, but a lot of people get those two confused. Have a look at what a fire dragon actually is and what that means for you, and go down that route. Do a bit of mythical and mystical research and see where that takes you, my darling. Right then, Pania, I'm going to do your question right now. So your question is going to be, how long do I need? We're going to say your question will come up straight after this, Pania. I just need to set the camera back up.
We have a super strong connection here. Right. Oh my God!
Okay. Right then, so Pania, I've got you, and then I have a super chat in. So again, we cleanse the space. We bring in Wispy. Wispy, Pania wants to know. I love your picture, by the way, Pania. I always wish do you know what? I always wish I've got the mouse. I always wish I could just click on it and expand it and see what they are. Because I love people's photos on their little YouTubey photo things. Right. Question: what are their feelings for you? Oh, that's interesting. What are their feelings for Pania? Okay. Interesting. I don't know if there's a backstory to who they are. Is it multiple people? Question mark. Let's have a look, Wispy. So Pania wants to know, what are their feelings for them? Here we go. So we've got the where you are, what you need to know, and what the future of possibility is. Okay. So all three cards are reversed. Now that gives us a little bit of a wrinkle in the situation. Okay, so when we are looking at all three cards being reversed, it could be that all three cards are it could be that there is, how can I put it, there is a lot of negativity going on around a situation. So the Two of Pentacles, right? I need to just hang on. I need to get the animation set up for the last one. Where is it? There we go. So the Two of Pentacles. When we come to twos, we look at couples. Okay, so we generally look at couples. Pentacles is work, career, finances. So there is a monetary connection here with this coupling, right? There is a reason that there is this financial connection. It doesn't necessarily feel to me that it's it doesn't feel that this is a relationship, and I don't know why, because it is a two. So I don't know who the they in this situation is. It feels, come on, Wispy, give me that again. I don't know whether you can see here, right? Again, different decks have different feelings and different pictures, and it all changes the meanings of the cards a little bit. So we've got the Two of Pentacles, right? So we can see the two little baby dragons coming across, a little bit yin and yang, a little bit of, you know, it looks like there's perhaps, is that Chinese coins for luck? I'm not quite sure. Could be pentacles, can't quite see, but oh no, it will be pentacles. Of course it will be pentacles, because it's the suit of pentacles. That was a really stupid thing to say. I literally, this is where you know I'm talking like honestly and genuinely, can't quite make out what that is. Of course it's going to be a pentacle. So anyway, they are crossing over with the coins, the pentacles, the symbol for wealth and for work. However, can you see we've got carved out of stone, we've got these faces of the dragons, right? Even though that one looks a bit like a cat, they are dragons. So we've got these faces of the dragons watching on as you are balancing across this beam, right? I don't think this is just about one person. I don't think this there is about one person. It feels like maybe there is a connection to one person, but they've got people around them. I don't know what that means. Does that make any sense? Hopefully that makes some sense, Penny, because it makes no sense to me. Because normally the twos are just about couples, but this isn't saying that this is about a couple, because this feels like it could be. It could be like almost like an arranged marriage, and it's the other family. Does that make sense? Or it's like Wispy keeps giving me this idea of Game of Thrones and marrying between the clans, right? And I don't know why I keep getting that. I don't know what that means. Whether this is about the clan's opinion, or like the family's opinion. It feels like this is. It feels like this is a romantic connection at its base rather than a work-based connection. But I'm not then understanding where the money's coming in, because it feels like there is this money element with it being Pentacles, career, work, finances. It feels like there is this money draw coming in. So I'm not sure how that connects. I might be completely wrong, but I'll look at the chat in a second. What you need to know, we've got the Page of Swords. Whoever your connection is with, it's not a good connection, right? Whoever the person is, if there was a person at the center of this, it's not a good connection. So I don't know whether this is Wispy, give that again. Why does it feel like this is some sort of political marriage or marriage of convenience or something that is being arranged, and the person that you're supposed to be connecting with is a bit of a not a good person, bit of a douchebag, maybe childish, and also kind of brings a lot of crap your way, because we've got the Page energy, and Swords is all about hurdles and challenges. So it kind of feels not that they're incredibly young, but that they act incredibly young, that they are very, very, very childish, and that for somehow you're like, I don't want to go down that route, but the family, this connection with this wider clan is kind of trying to lock you in, because we've got chains reversed as well. Now, obviously chains, as I said earlier, is actually the 15th card, as it says there. And the 15th card in the tarot deck is traditionally the Devil card. Now, the thing about the Devil card, I'm pointing to the card, you can't see because it wasn't on camera, but there you go. Look, the Devil card, traditionally, one of the aspects of the Devil card is marriage and connecting those chains and contracts. And this card is all about that strong connection, that contract of you're doing this for these reasons, not because of a romantic connection. So I don't know, and the mods are really quiet on this, so I don't know whether whether you've commented in the chat or not, Penny, but it really does feel as if it feels as if you're expected to follow a path, and that maybe you and the person you're supposed to go on that path together with, maybe the two of you don't gel, and the people around you are like, actually, we kind of either they wanted you. How can I put it? Come on, Whisper, give me that again. Okay. This is interesting. This is right. So it could be both sides of families expected the other family or the other one to be different in some way. It feels like there's a complete misunderstanding on here on both sides of this argument. I'm not quite sure. Hang on, I'm going to need to come into the chat. Hang on, let me change cameras. Right, I'm going to need to come into the chat pin here because I need to kind of get to know whether I'm on anyway. Oh gosh, Jesus, right, hang on. Or reverse, it's no contact, it's your ex, because persons interfere, the true family interferes, right? A lot of money issues, right? Okay, this makes sense, right? Okay, in that case, hang on, back to what the question was. The question is there. What are their feelings for you? Is this your ex? Is this your ex or your ex's family? Because I think it goes a lot wider than that. And this card here in the opportunity card, this chains card, you need to get out of this, right? All three of these cards are not boding well for any kind of reconciliation. All three of these cards are basically saying, like, your side don't like their side, whether or not there's been a marriage or whether there's been a meetup or a connection. It literally is like, it feels like both sets of families think that their respective child is too good for the other, right? So your family thinks you're too good for the ex, your ex's family think that they're too good for you, and it's just kind of, it's never going to match, because it's literally like a plug and a socket, right? A plug and a socket connect. If you've got two plugs, they don't connect. Two sockets don't connect. And it's like you need to have that connection. And literally in my head, it's like I'm seeing like a comic where you've got one side of the family going, oh, well, we're clearly better than them, and the other side are going, oh, well, we're clearly better than them. And it's like they both think the same thing and that they're better than the other. And so there's never going to be a discourse there. There's never going to be that connection. Hopefully that helps, Panir, and thank you very much for confirming that. Let me have a look again, because you've just commented. That's so true. Like enemies. Yeah. There you are. There you go. You were supposed to marry, but that, right. Okay. Listen, you're really don't speak to your family if you can do. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do the thing. Don't do the thing. You've got a lucky escape there. Chains reversed. No, do not marry. The chains reversed is all about chains being broken, chains not being connected, all of that. So yeah, absolutely, you're best out of it. That is the best choice. In answer to your question, what are their feelings for you? All negative. Stay away, and you've got a lucky break. Hope that helps. Right then, Levy, I've got you up now, my darling. So I am going to do your reading in exactly, hang on, here we go. How long will it be? 15 seconds? Go on, give me 15 seconds. Oh, this isn't. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. I forgot I had to move the camera. I've only been doing this 3.5 years. I forgot I needed to move the camera down. Right then. So, what is Nick's evaluations and mental state regarding you since you ran into each other Sunday night? Interesting question. Thank you, Neil. I've just seen you answered that in the mod chat, but thank you. Levi is asking Wispy, what is Nick's evaluations and mental state regarding Levi or Levy since they ran into each other on Sunday night? Okay, my darling. So $5. This is a 3-card reading, and I think this will be. Is this the last one tonight? It looks like this will be the last one tonight. Did a card flip then? It felt like I had a card flip as I was shuffling. Maybe not. We haven't had any card flips tonight, have we? That's interesting, mods. I think that's maybe the first time in a while that we haven't had a modifying card. But anyway, let's have a look. Maybe that means Wispy is better as a night owl dragon. Do dragons fly more at night? I don't know. Right then, Nick, let's have a look for you. Not Nick, Levi. I'm not quite sure. Let's have a look. So what are Nick's evaluations? And so basically, what is Nick thinking since you ran into each other? So we'll do the where you are. No, I'll tell you what, we'll do where Nick is. And what you need to know about where Nick is and what the future opportunity is for the pair of you, right? So, Wispy, where Nick is, as in life. Oh, Justice card. Okay, Justice. What you need to know about Nick's feelings. So, what is Nick feeling? Oh, 6 of Swords. And what is the future opportunity for the two of you? The Hangman. Right. Okay. So let's have a look. Right. So we've got, hang on, I'm not on the right number at all, am I? That was really stupid, Lisa. There we go. So you've got Justice, but it has come up reverse. But the Justice card is normally talking about legal situations. It's talking about, you know, it could be moral justice, legal justice. It's talking about something where there is a balance of right and wrong. Now, I don't know whether you can see here, we've got a couple going to the dragon, who in this case is wearing a rather gorgeous crown, and they have this big long list thing, and they've got the giant mace here as well. So this dragon is the Justice dragon. This is the dragon who decides right and wrong, whether this couple can be together, maybe, or whether they didn't pay their taxes, maybe they squabbled, maybe, I don't know, maybe they were both married and they want to be together and not with their other partners, whatever it is, right? Whatever the story of the card is, it's about justice. Now, this was reversed when it came up, so it's talking about an injustice. So Nick's feelings towards you, where Nick is, this is about an injustice. Nick doesn't think that whatever's happened between you was fair, right? Plain and simple. That's not fair. That is not just. That is not how things should be. So Nick is not pleased when you ran into each other. Nick is not pleased at whatever the outcome before you met each other again on Sunday, right? So whatever that was, whether you were in a relationship, whether you were, you know, best friends, workmates, roommates, whatever it is, Nick was not particularly happy the way that things the way that things ended, and didn't think it went how can I say it? Didn't think that the final solution between the two of you was right. It wasn't amicable. The split or whatever it was, injustice is the key thing here. What you need to know about Nick's feelings: Nick's pissed. Nick is pissed. Nick is not happy. The 6 of Swords. 6 is talking about community, getting people around you, gathering the troops, all of that sort of thing. We ride at dawn. It's about the wider picture. Here you can see we've got a hunter, we've got a dragon with a massive amount, a quiver with a massive amount of bows and things. We've got the baby dragon with backpack. All of these people are willing to go on a battle, and they're heading off to this castle where they're expecting a fight. This is reversed. So I don't think Nick is wanting a fight, but it's like there's all of that negative energy that Sunday's brought up, right? It's like whatever this feeling of injustice and unfair, it's all of that is being kicked up again, right? All of that is being kicked up again. The Six of Swords is saying, let's come on, let's gather the troops, let's go and get revenge. Almost, it's not revenge because they're not going to act on it, because it is reversed. So it is that feeling of it's like they feel gutted. They feel that punch in the gut kind of moment where it's like, oh, for frigida. You know what I mean? There is that really strong feeling of he's pissed off. He's pissed off, right? Nick or she, they are pissed off. Sorry, I keep saying Nick as a male. It could well be a female name or a non-binary name. And then in the outcome, the future opportunity, you've got the Hangman reversed. Now, the Hangman is all about sacrifice for a better cause. Okay, you can see here, this person is not particularly worried that they're upside down. It's generally seen, I was always told it was Odin waiting for the knowledge of the runes, and when you acquire that knowledge, is quite often with the Hangman, you see they've got an aura or a halo or something around them, because that's the wisdom. In this card, they've waited, and now they've jumped or fallen down this crevice, and the knowledge of the dragons has been revealed to them. Dragons are real. They are actual. They are not just make-believe. Here is the cave of the dragons. Do you know what I mean? But again, this is reversed. This is reversed. So it feels very much like I don't think there's a connection between you in the future. And in fact, it feels like from Nick's perspective that they wasted time, or that they, it wasn't worth it in the long run, because that's what this card, when it's reversed, is like this way up. It's sacrifice. It's worth the sacrifice to get that knowledge. When it's reversed, it really isn't. It's like, oh, was that it? This isn't the knowledge of the runes. You've literally told me that is an oak tree you're hanging off. That is the knowledge. It is made of oak. And you're like, I knew that by the acorns. Thank you for the knowledge. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think there's any reconciliation. I don't think there's a repairing a relationship or a friendship. And it feels very much like Nick feels that they got the short end of the stick when the relationship or the connection was over. So yeah, I hope that helps. I don't know whether that makes you feel better or worse, but that is going to be your question for today. And thank you ever so much for, as I say, thank you for your donation, and thank you for your question, my darling. So yes, right then, that is it, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Oh, I've just realized I'm not on the right screen. Hang on, here we go. There we go. Thank you very much for joining us this evening, everybody. It is now, here in the UK, it's now 2 a.m. So if you're watching in New York, it's 9 at night. In Denver and Mountain Time, Nevada, all of that, it's only 7 o'clock. So good evening to you. And San Francisco, 6 p.m. Good evening to you. New Delhi, you're just waking up for a day at work. It's 6:30 in New Delhi. And of course, if you're in Australia, shouldn't do the accent. Lisa, don't do the accent. If you're in Australia, then it's 11 o'clock. So good morning to you as well. And Cape Town, you're probably asleep if you're in South Africa, because it's 3 in the morning. But anyway, that is it from us, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. I've had a really, really, really nice evening tonight. Thank you very much for being here. And of course, as always, I want to say a very special, huge thank you to the mods for staying awake and staying with us throughout tonight's stream. But also, I do have to say, do please check us out at Instagram. just down here where you can follow, and you will get notifications and bits and pieces. Also some behind the scenes stuff that I'm going to be doing just for Instagram, and I'm going to be doing some more bits and pieces behind the scenes for the members. So do think about joining that membership, pressing that join button to join our membership if you haven't done already. But that is it for me today. And as always, as Neil says there, and as Patricia has said, thank you ever so much, everybody. Stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and we will definitely see you on the next one, which will be this Sunday at 7 p.m. UK time. Until then, thanks ever so much for being here. I'll see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.